Alright, so obviously I have a lot of explaining to do. I look like an entirely different person than the last time I stood or sat before this camera, I guess you can say. So I'm going to explain to you guys why I cut my hair back to short. I want to say this is the shortest my hair has ever been, which is crazy because I was just at one of my longest hair lengths, so definitely a huge shock to you guys and to everyone around me. No one really expected me to do this, but basically, in short, the reason why I cut my hair back to short, no pun intended, is because it was holding me back. That's basically the simple answer. I'm going to explain that in depth because there is actually a lot of things that go into it, but first, I'm just going to give you guys a bit of a backstory. So, basically, ever since last September, I grew my hair out pretty much exclusively. I had 3 maintenance trims in March, July, and August. So, at the beginning of this month, I even had a maintenance trim. So, I've been inching towards doing this for a while, but as you can see, it took some willpower to completely eradicate that style and go back to an older style. This is not exactly the short haircut that I used to have, but it is somewhat similar. Anyways, I started growing out my hair mainly because I didn't like the way it was cut, specifically this one time. She really messed it up. And I think that was kind of my fault as well because I got super cocky and arrogant with the way that I was explaining how I wanted the haircut to be. And I'm not a hair expert. I don't know how to cut hair. So I basically cut my own hair, essentially is what happened. And that's not the look that you want to go for. I'm going to put a picture right here of what my haircut looked like in September. Then 6 months down the road, I started having some hair to work with. I got a trim. Didn't like that trim at all. Started growing it back out again. Then pretty much trimmed it again. And I liked that trim, but it made it look more like a mullet. And then I trimmed it to what you guys saw in the last video. And now I have this. So that is basically the 1 year progression of what happened with my hair. It does have a lot to do with the people that I was surrounded by all starting to grow out their hair as well in college and whatnot. But basically, I just realized that I was caring so much about not only how my hair looked on a daily basis. I think I'm still a little bit too obsessed with my appearance, but in this case of my hair being long, I was literally opening up Snapchat and looking to see if it was messed up or not. It was getting really ridiculous. And on top of that, everyone around me was telling me not to cut it, which for some reason bothered me because I felt I couldn't figure out if I was doing it for myself or if I was doing it for those around me. My dad has always told me to have long hair, but it got to the point where literally every single person said that I should keep it long, and it was kind of an echo chamber. And I somehow knew that if I got it short, no one would tell me that I looked bad or any of that. But I just knew that somehow it was kind of a distraction to an epic degree. To be perfectly honest, it was a very big distraction. And it just mattered too much to me what it looked like every day. Also, the biggest reason why I cut it is the most obvious one. It was insanely annoying. If you guys have never had long hair, basically what happens is it goes in your ears and it starts touching the back of your neck. It starts going into your eyes, most importantly. It was literally down to here, so it would go straight in my eyes. No matter how many times I would get a haircut, in a week or 2 after the haircut, it would just go straight down, fall into my face, make my forehead have a bunch of acne, make me sweat bullets. It was actually really annoying for the summer. In the winter, it might be the move, who knows, but for now I'm sticking with this. I really do love long hair. My natural intention is to go to long hair. That's I've always had longer-ish hair. Not that long, but I've always had medium length hair. And whenever I get short cuts like this, I usually hate them. But somehow, the way that this guy did it, I really like what he did. Let me know in the comments down below. Obviously, there's still going to be a bunch of like critics and like people saying I shouldn't have done it, and people saying it looks good. Right here, actually, I'm going to put up a picture of the photo that I gave the guy to copy for this haircut. It was basically Tyler Durden, aka Brad Pitt, in Fight Club. You guys probably already know what look I'm talking about. He got rid of the back part because that would just make it look kind of mullet-like, and that's not what we want. So overall, he basically did the Brad Pitt look from Fight Club, just with cleaning it up a little more, which is exactly what I wanted, essentially. Some texture on top, clean sides, clean back, and yeah, this is the cleanest cut I've ever gotten. Like, this is as clean as it gets for me. I've never had a buzz cut or a fade or any of that. That might be something to try in the future, who knows. But yeah, it literally got so bad that I was looking at people on the street and like becoming envious of them because they didn't have to push their hair out of their face every 2 seconds, and like it got that bad. I don't know how exactly that psychological thing triggered in my head, but I think it's just the heat combined with the fact that I was keeping the same hairstyle for around about 10 months, I would say. I was just ready for a change. I love switching up my hair, but I definitely got in this weird mindset of like attaching that hairstyle not only to my entire self-improvement journey, because whenever I had short hair, I was like an AI, like I wasn't on self-improvement, I wasn't doing all these good habits, I didn't make YouTube videos, I wasn't as confident as I am now. So like a part of me associated that long hair with my new persona, which is crazy if you think about it, but this is really what was going on. This is how deep it went. I don't know why it went this deep. I don't know if it has something to do with childhood trauma or something like that, but it went very deep for no real good reason. I mean, realistically, it's just hair, right? The other thing was that I was attributing my like entire aesthetic to it. So I wasn't really focusing on like the clothes I wear, because I was just hiding behind this insane hair. I mean, it looked freaking good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna lie and say I hated it. I mean, I love the way it looked, but it just was such a crutch. I paid way too much attention to it, and it was becoming me. Like, I was the hair, and the hair was me, if that makes sense. But yeah, now I'm just your average guy. I'm still gonna be making these videos, of course. Same person, just with short hair. Who knows, I might even grow out my hair again in the future. I'm sure you guys will be glad to see that come back, because you guys have never seen me like this. It's probably weird. But thank you so much for watching. That's all I had to say today. I'm very happy with how it came out. But again, leave a comment down below what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.